Hey, ¿qué onda, chavos? Bienvenidos aquí a Los Amigos de DOWNEY NISSAN. Oye, pues super happy because this week is, for the ones that are watching this week, it's Cinco de Mayo month, week, whatever. So we all always drink, right? But we have great celebrations, and of course, we have great prices here at DOWNEY NISSAN. What do we got going on for the month of May?
That's right. We have tariff-free vehicles here at DOWNEY NISSAN. So if you're ready for a new car, come down. We can help you with 000, 0 payments for 90 days. 0 APR and 0 down. Only at your number one Nissan dealer, DOWNEY NISSAN.
¿Cuál es el número de teléfono de aquí de Downey?
888-282-5597. Marca ya, la llamada es completamente gratis. O ven en persona porque te queremos conocer a ti, a tu familia, los perritos, a los niños en tu Nissan dealer número 1.
Yo sé que muchos de ustedes me están viendo ahorita aquí. Y, look at all these beautiful sales guys. Look at these guys. Woo, look at this, man. Saluden, chavos. Saluden. Can you wave? There you go, man. They're here waiting for you guys. These are one of the friendliest guys that you come and meet here at DOWNEY NISSAN. Test drive for free. Sometimes they even say, you know what? You want to stop by at the Starbucks real quick at drive-thru? And then make it happen, right?
That's right. They're awesome. Hablan español. Y realmente te asesorarán. No como otros dealers que ni café te ofrecen. Aquí es muy diferente. El momento que tú entras por las puertas, te vamos a tratar como familia, como se debe de ser.
Así es. Oye, so who do we have?
We
As
have
an invite today here
I'm super excited because to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, we have a special guest. But before I present you our special guest, we have a surprise for you.
No, man. You know I don't like surprises because your surprises are like evil.
You're going to love this surprise.
All right,
okay?
What? What is that?
We have Veronica here. Can you tell us what?
Hi, Veronica.
What's inside these beautiful cups, Veronica?
Well, this is a pomegranate margarita here.
Like real? Like it's a real margarita?
Real margarita.
Damn.
Real margarita.
And this one is a lime margarita here.
Ooh, I want the lime. Can I have the lime one? Is it for me?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Yeah.
Happy
What
Cinco
about
de Drinko.
what about our guest?
We need one more.
About me.
She's bringing the whole bucket, the fishbowl.
Wow. Well, salud. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, let's just hold it together.
Happy Cinco de Drinko. Woo!
Well, you can't drink again, or what? What's going on?
I'm nursing.
Oh. It's okay.
Oh, there's
could
margarita in this
They
cup.
could get a little tipsy. Put them to sleep.
Veronica, can we have one more? Okay.
This is good, man.
Is it? It
Yes.
looks like a Jolly Rancher. Like the colors, it looks really pretty, actually.
It's actually made for a man.
You're having the best margarita.
But get that.
Sorry. You're having the best margarita in San Gabriel Valley.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a fan of yours.
Oh.
You're
He's a
you're
fanboy.
yeah. That's because I see you on Instagram, and I see that you're nonchalant, campaigning slowly but surely to become mayor of Azusa.
That's the goal. That's a goal.
Really?
Maybe in like in 5-10 years.
Oh wow. Okay. So introduce her formally.
We have the owner of Max's Mexican Cuisine, Angelica Arteaga. And
Nice.
she's not only running her family restaurant business, but she's also in real estate as well, which is something you guys did not know about. And if you do now, you know.
Not only that, I think your lady now can tell him we followed each other
And
on
potential mayor.
potential mayor, and
That
she
nobody knew. No.
and she also picks up your garbage. No, do you still have that company? You pick up like
oh my God, a junk removal service.
yeah. Put the microphone a little
Oh,
closer.
it was a junk removal service. No, I don't have it anymore. It was way too much to handle.
Really? In
Yeah.
what en qué sentido?
And just I had to micromanage, the employees, making sure that they were doing, a good
Is it that
job.
difficult to pick up?
Well, not that having that business, but having multiple businesses, running the restaurant and also getting into real estate and the junk removal service.
Yeah.
It got a little too much, so
Okay.
they had to pick and choose.
Wow.
what
Okay, so let's start from the beginning then. So Rebecca just mentioned that you took over the family business. ¿Cómo diablos empezó todo esto para ti? As a little girl, what were you doing at 5, 6, 7 years old?
Well, my dad managed another restaurant for 26 years. So all that time that I spent, the time that I had with my family was at the restaurant, really. We were, seriously, Saturday mornings, we would have breakfast, go sweep outside in the parking lot. So most of my childhood was already in the restaurant business, just not fully in there because
Right.
he just managed it. But he treated it as his own. So I got to see and learn a lot of things. And also in high school, when I got to high school, he had me be a host, just to keep me busy,
Right.
not being
Out of trouble.
The streets. Yeah.
Yeah, but those are the worst.
Yeah.
Because he's... Never mind. Go ahead. Keep going.
Especially on the Friday, Saturday nights, yeah.
Yeah. So he just wanted you close. He wanted you to be close by, nearby, and make sure you
At
were getting in
eyesight.
trouble. Eyesight.
All the time.
But either way, you guys always find a way. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
So you became you took over the business. What, your dad retired or what?
No, he hasn't retired. He's fully, both of them, both my parents are fully, dedicated and working. I mean, they love what they do. They have a
Right.
passion for what they do, and that's their life pretty much. So
So what do you tell a lot of kids? Well, yeah, not kids don't really watch this, but there's young adults that watch this, and I've had friends that are their parents are owners of businesses, and they don't like getting involved. They're like, I don't want that. As a matter of fact, they wait until hopefully they pass away so you could sell it,
Yeah.
But what do you tell those kids, man? I mean, do you kind of regret following kind of your dad's footsteps, or is it a blessing in disguise?
Not at all. It was a blessing. Actually, when they first opened it, I was in the medical field. And within a year, I noticed
You were going to be a nurse?
I was going to be a
Damn.
stenographer, ultrasound tech.
Oh,
Yeah, I know, not a nurse.
That's the fun part.
Yeah, so then within a year, they had a line out the door, so I noticed that they needed help. So, I mean, I had no clue how to run a restaurant, any of the business side of it,
Right.
right? So I had to jump in there, and however I did it, just pretty much asking questions and just making it happen. Because it's not everybody can open up a business and be successful
Right.
within the first year. Normally it takes about 4 years to actually establish something. So I'm never regretful. No, I'm honestly blessed that I'm able to see my parents work with them. Even though it gets difficult.
yeah, like in anything, it's not easy, and that's what I want
Yeah.
people to understand, that women like you that are entrepreneurs, like we said earlier, you opened up a junk removal business that didn't go too well, or it was a little bit too difficult, but you're here to say that you could do it, if you put your mind into it, like they say. No.
Yeah.
And when your parents, how difficult, because you said it takes 4 or 5 years, and you know that from experience. So when you were little, you saw the struggles that your parents were going through with this restaurant?
When they first started, yeah, my dad, for the first year, he was working in the asphalt business. For the first year, he was working in the asphalt business. So literally, he would be working the asphalt business at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, run to the restaurant, sleep maybe 3 hours at night for a full year, maybe year and a half. So that's what it took for him to really, get this going.
Right.
Yeah.
So dope. And but you don't feel like you owe, because you saw your dad and your mom, struggling for the first few years. You don't feel as an adult that you owe this to them, or is it because you really like it?
No, I like it,
Yeah.
and I also, it's something that not that I owe them for them, but I'm like the older sister, right? So I feel like I want to. It makes me feel good to protect my
Nice.
family, and support my family. So
That's dope. That's cool.
Yeah.
So obviously your dad and your mom had some weird menu back in the days, have you changed it up because of all this social media content? You see sometimes unos burritos le están echando un crema así, no sé qué, like some fancy stuff. Have you done that? Like, you've updated your menu?
This is it was my brothers. My brothers were the ones that wanted to. They would see new trends and like, okay, wait, let's just do this differently. But on my end, like whatever works for us and whatever my parents created, it's already successful. And I respect any other restaurants that have different ideas.
Right.
But you have to respect what our parents created.
Right.
And make a few changes here and there, but at the end of the day, stay true to what we have.
Ooh, I'd love to be a fly in these fly on the walls with these meetings that you have with your brothers, man. You guys must get into it. Like, no, I want to try this. And you're like, no, if dad has this, it's because it's been successful. Don't change it up. And they're like, no, come on.
Yeah. No,
So you get a lot of that stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's been the most challenging thing.
Yeah.
You know, because it's three siblings, right?
Wow. So
So
it's three,
together.
two against one.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
No.
Rebecca knows. She's been my
Damn.
therapist for a few years now.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was one of the challenging things that we went through as we grew up, because it's been through 23 years, right? So we all had different ideas, and I mean, it got really, really challenging to just come together and agree on something. But at the end of the day, you know, you learn to separate business with personal.
Yeah.
And it took a few years to be able to just come together.
Nice. So will this be your 23rd Cinco de Mayo festival at
Yes.
Max's?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what do you guys have planned for this whole month? Because obviously by the time people watch this, it's probably already passed Cinco de Mayo. But what do you guys have? You know, do you guys have any mariachi themes and stuff like that? What's
Yeah, of course, we have to. So we're having mariachi on Sunday and Monday. And it ended up being that Cinco de Mayo is on a Monday. Normally, you know, it's like Thursday, Friday, or Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's a Monday. People celebrate, you know, starting
All weekend.
Thursday.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But do you guys have something during the whole month?
Not the whole month, pretty much the whole week. We just have the mariachi, and then we have the Corona girls, the Modelo girls come and give out gifts and samples of the beer. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
So if let's just say there's people visiting for the first time Azusa, what are the three courses or meals that you recommend at your place at Max's?
Everything.
No, you can't say everything. Come on.
Honestly.
Three.
Okay, three of my favorites. I love ceviche.
Oh, and she brought some as well.
I did.
Oh, really?
To try.
Nice.
That's
Okay.
my go-to for breakfast. Huevos rancheros, chilaquiles. There's a plate that we named after my mom. It's Martha salad.
Martha salad. Why? What's a salad?
Well, it's a regular chicken salad that we have, right? But then she loves to cook, and she comes up with like different ideas. Just it's like
it's okay for her to
menu.
change the menu, but not your brothers.
It's my
Wow.
mom. My mom gets whatever she wants. You know?
Wow.
She's la reina.
Yeah.
La reina de
It sounds
Max's.
like it, man. And your brothers are probably like, what? Wait on.
Yeah.
So it's Martha salad.
So it's a chicken
Okay.
salad, and she adds the serrano grilled onion and serrano peppers on top. That's pretty much it, but it gives it a different taste.
Nice.
A really authentic Mexican taste. And then
Yeah.
instead of putting the ranch dressing, you can put the Martha salsa.
Oh yeah,
And it's so delicious. It doesn't even feel like you're eating a salsa, and you can have something healthy, but not really.
Right. So are you 100% still into the restaurant? Because Rebecca mentioned that you're doing real estate as well. Is that like your stress reliever? Is that like your way to kind of step away from the business for a while so you could kind of distress yourself?
Not de-stress myself. I got into the business because when I first got my property and started investing, at the beginning that was my way of having my own business on the side. And so I wanted to help friends out because I didn't have the support back then in my 20s, right? So not even like when I first approached my dad and said, you know, I want to do this, he's like, oh, just wait a little bit. You know, the parents are, especially like Latinos. No, just wait. He didn't want me to get into something, you know, it's scary, especially when I'm his daughter. So, you know, so I was like, well, I want to do it. I'm going to figure out how to do this. So I had gone to a regular bank to see if I could get a loan, and not knowing that there's a lot more lenders out there, right? I had no clue. This isn't like my mid-20s, right? So eventually I planned it out, and I think it took me about a year and a half, and I was able to buy a property, invest in other properties. And so fast forward, I would have friends, you know, ask me for advice. So I would refer them out. So then I thought, okay, well, maybe I should just, get my license and help my family and help my friends out.
Right.
So yeah, it was mainly because I wanted to support friends and family because I didn't have it back then in that area.
Right.
Yeah. So it just became, I love it. Like I love what I do, and it's not full time, but it's something that I have a passion for.
At what age did you start investing?
At 25.
25. Okay, so now, right now, because we know it's a reality, there's a lot of girls that are, on social media, and they see all these girls with fancy bags, fancy shoes, fancy dresses. What do you tell these girls? Do you tell them to invest or to just, YOLO and then invest later on? What do you actually tell them?
Absolutely not. Invest in properties. I mean, that's the best thing I could have done. I mean, I remember my first.
Do you wish you could have started earlier?
Oh, of course. I wish I could have started at 10 years old.
Yeah.
But so that's where you have to learn to manage your money and figure out what your ultimate goal is, because buying a purse, and buying an expensive car, you have to figure out what's more important for you and your future. So
we're not saying that it's not good. It's a nice reward, I guess, but
Right.
it's always important to first invest, and then you could enjoy these.
and then enjoy the earnings of
Right.
it. Yeah. So that's what I've always thought. I mean, at the beginning, when I bought my first property, it was pretty much trash.
Were you living at
right?
home when you first bought your property?
Oh yeah, I was living with my parents.
Nice.
What I did, it was completely like trash, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, so how am I going to do this where, without asking for any help and taking out another loan? So what I did, little by little, first of all, I cut my Starbucks. I cut whatever spending I could.
Right.
This is just me. Not that I couldn't. It's just me for myself,
Right.
right? So, cut my Starbucks. I was like, okay, I'm gonna change up my windows. I'm gonna upgrade the panel. I'm gonna do this. So that's how at the beginning how I started.
Nice.
I wouldn't even buy any jewelry, no expensive shoes, and none of that.
And it's been worth
And
it?
It's so worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, because we do this podcast because we're hoping that people not only learn about vehicles that we sell here or that Rebecca sells,
Yeah.
because she does definitely give good discounts, especially if you say you listen to the show. She helps people with back credit and stuff like that. But we also like to educate people on that, in regards to investing. Because it's sad. There's a lot of kids nowadays that want to become YouTubers, want to become TikTokers, which is good. I mean, we're not saying that it's bad.
Yeah.
Most of you won't make it.
Yeah.
And those that do mismanage the money because it doesn't last long. And here you are, you started when you were 25, you invested, you have, and it's pretty cool to hear you say properties. It's not like you say a property. Like you have, and it's cool, that you have properties because you're well taken care of, for the future, for your kids. I don't know if you have kids or not, but it's kind of like your cash cow.
Right.
Right.
You have to learn how to manage your money and use it as well, right? So you buy a property, the equity, the value goes up. You have a lot of equity. Use it to your advantage to buy another property and also allow it to increase in value. And then that's how the rich get richer.
Right. So someone has seen this right on, they have some money stashed away in their, mattress. What's a good point, money, ¿cómo te diré? ¿Cuánto ocupas para invertir en algo bien? Por decir, how much should you have, to start off with?
Start off.
And that they could call you and let's go, take me to the moon.
Yeah, well, it depends if you want to buy a home that you want to live in forever, or if you're looking into just investing. And there's a lot of programs out there where you could do 1% down as your first home.
Let's just talk about, so that way people don't get confused. Let's talk about the person who's watching this. They live at home, and they're making decent money, but they have some money saved up, and instead of going to those mariscos and getting la banda that's costing you about $1,000 just to impress people that don't even care about you.
Yeah.
How much do they need to invest in a property to just kind of rent out?
I would say, depending on the price of the property, let's just say 60,000, right?
60, okay.
So you have to have cushion. you, just in case anything happens, let's just say you decide to rent out that one property, right? And you get tenants that don't pay rent for 2 months. You have to have that cushion to back. To stay.
What if you only have 20,000? Do you save up, or do you?
Can you find something?
Can you find something?
You can find something, but I would advise to have a little bit of more, just a cushion.
22.
I would say honestly, like
30?
I would say 60 to play safe.
60?
But you
A
could
safe
always
number.
buy a house with 20,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Why? You got 20,000 that you want to invest, Rebecca?
Maybe.
Nice. Okay, so you're 20 and my 20. That's 40.
You have
So-
20?
Let's go. Let's do
That's
it.
6.
Really? Let's just say what's that word?
Hypothetically?
If we had 60,000, we could
All
turn-
3 of us?
All 3 of us, we could turn around and buy something, turn around and sell about a year and make come even, or would it be ¿cómo se dice?
Negative?
No, negative. No, we'd be positive. Would we double our money?
If we each invest 20 or
20.
each invest 60.
No, I don't got 60, man.
We only got
20.
20 each.
Yeah, you could definitely invest it and then wait for the home to go up and
Porque eso
sell
hace
it.
muchas personas, no,
flip.
Angie, that there's a lot of people, como you mentioned a little while ago, Latinos are afraid to invest. They're afraid because our parents kind of taught us to
Just save,
save, and, but at the end of the day, you
You don't
die,
know what
that's
to do
it.
with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people, especially those the Asian people, they like to, their families, they're each, they have their own pyramid scheme going, but it's like a cool one because they're investing in homes, and then they just like split the money, and then they go their way.
Each other way.
Each other way, right?
Yeah, a lot of families, I think let's just say they live all together, invest in investment properties, and then, they could.
Then they split.
They split.
Well, I wouldn't mind investing with you. I got 20. What about you? Are you in or out?
I'm in.
Little home out there in what's that going up there towards
By the
Vegas?
mountains? Oh.
Because it's all growing, right? All that Victorville.
Alley.
Oh, yeah.
all
there's
that's growing, right?
getting to-
And the IE.
Yeah. Well, not the IE towards like. Well, you know more of this than I
Further?
do. Yeah.
Further than that, like close to Vegas?
Not close to Vegas, but because it's growing.
That's
Not,
still
like,
the
It's
Inland
growing.
Empire.
oh, is it?
Yeah,
Really?
San Bernardino
Oh,
County.
shit. I didn't know that. I thought Empire was like Riverside.
That is too, yeah.
Ukaipa.
It's actually
not
bigger than
Ukaipa.
LA County. San Bernardino County
wow.
is bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people are buying out there because this area is getting very congested and
Yeah.
the prices are a little high for just a normal, just anybody, working an 8 to 5 job. So a lot of people are investing out there. And there's a lot of development. So
A lot of development,
Yeah.
especially in our areas I live in the Covina area, and a lot of schools are being torn down. And man, I wish I was those people that were buying that land and building all these nice little I guess they're condos, whatever.
townhomes,
Townhomes.
condos,
Sheesh.
yeah.
Easy money right there, man.
If we knew back then what we know now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good thing that you know it and that you could teach your kids, and hopefully they follow your steps and become successful. I wish, I would have done it a long time ago when I started my radio career.
You still do it.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people say you can still do it, but man, I don't know what you could do with 20,000. If I had 20,000,
You need to find a friend who has another 20 or another 40.
Yeah, and it's funny because nowadays, I mean, your friends and people are probably like, hey, you speak on it, but there's always paperwork. Let's do paperwork so none of us end up being pissed off at each other or
Yeah.
you think I screwed you over or whatever. It's all done,
All in
agreement,
writing.
yeah.
Yeah. All in writing.
But the bottom line is, guys, is that investing is a good thing. It's not bad.
Oh,
Especially
Unless
right now.
you find the wrong partner. What happens if you invest with the wrong partner? How do you get
Well,
out of that?
that's why there's agreements, right? That way you don't
There's
get jacked.
there's agreements and there's everything's legalized and just you have to protect yourself because you have to think of the worst possibility ever, even with family.
Yeah.
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 There's a lot of stories that I've heard that end up bad. So,
Yeah.
but it's if you have a friend that you trust and you both that you both have the same vision, at the end of the day you'll be fine.
Yeah. There was this guy that I knew. He lives in Phoenix, and at the time it was about 10 years ago, I think. He's a construction worker, And what he did is that he bought the land, and because he had his own construction company, he would build the house. So he would tell us, hey, invest $100,000. Yeah, where am I going to get? But, you know, if you really had $100,000 and you put in entre los tres, serían 300,000, he would build the home, and that home now would cost, like at that time, $1 million. Now, flash forward 10 years, you know, you could have, I've slept on so many deals because I was afraid.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And still am.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It's a huge risk, especially partnering up with a friend and investing in something like that. Believe me, I've heard bad experiences and great ones. So it's a risk that it's totally up to you whether you want to take or not.
Right. And especially it's more scary if there's no agreement, you know. But if there's an agreement, I think you're a lot comfortable, right?
Yeah. For sure.
So what do we do, Rebecca? Because we're always talking smack. We never do anything. We've had entrepreneurs like yourself here. We've had florists. We've had lawyers, and they always inspire us to do something. And then she's like, we're like hamsters in a wheel, and we always stay on that freaking wheel.
Have a business plan. Have a business plan, and even if it takes you a year or two, even if you have to save up a little bit more money, just have a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cut your Starbucks.
I don't like Starbucks, but
your McDonald's.
I'm not kidding you. I didn't even buy jewelry, limited makeup. Like that's how I was taught. That's how my parents did it. So that's what you need to do.
That's so dope. All right, guys. So remember, if you guys want to go and have the best Mexican food in Azusa, visit
San Gabriel Valley, because there's 2 locations.
Oh, you have 2?
We had 2.
Oh, damn, look at you, man. You're like a Cracker Jack box.
Yeah, there's one in City of Azusa, and we have another one in the city of Monrovia.
Okay. Anything else before we let her go?
Yeah, are we going to do some gift cards giveaways? Share we like this podcast.
Oh, really? Oh, nice. Okay.
For Cinco de Mayo.
So how many gift cards are we going to give away?
So we can do 250.
We can do 250.
Yeah.
All right. We're feeling very generous right now, you guys.
Okay, so what should we ask? Something that happened on the show. A question that we asked her.
Okay.
And the first person, the persons that
Answer it.
corrected correctly will, choose 2 winners from it.
Okay.
How's that?
But they have to follow the social media accounts and reshare and tag us.
So why don't we, this is what they have to answer. How much money did we each say we would invest with Angie?
Oh.
Okay. How much did we say?
And also, or maybe name the salad, the Martha salad.
Oh, you already said it. Never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I totally forgot I was being recorded.
Yeah. Okay, so it's basically cuánto vamos a invertir cada uno. It's easy. Okay, and then the amount of people that answer will choose 2 people from there, 2 winners. Okay, cool. All right, then, tu número de teléfono or where do we follow you for the restaurant?
Okay, it's Max's Mexican Cuisine on IG and also Facebook. And then if you want to follow my personal real estate page, it's ortega.ange.
Ortega.
7.
Okay.
And this is just for personal real estate inquiries.
Yeah, no van a empezar, chavos, con ahí.
Please don't send me any secret DMs, none of that, please.
Yeah, believe me, those DMs don't work because I've tried it and she never answers back.
Oh!
All right, guys. So, nuevamente, gracias por estar aquí, Angie. Really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Los amigos de Downey Nissan, número de teléfono.
888-282-5597. La llamada es completamente gratis. Ven en persona porque te queremos conocer.
Nice. Okay. Don't forget, we got 2 gift cards of $50. Just answer how much would we each invertiríamos con Angie to get some funds going on.
That's right.
All right, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Angie. Bye.